Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sorry I've been away from the channel for a while. Just, there hasn't been, how would I say, a lack of interesting movies that I thought were not that interesting to talk about. But I figured if there's one I finally get a chance to share my thoughts on is the much anticipated Scream 7 movie, which I can't believe marks 30 years since the original movie, and the seventh one film, brings back, the ever popular heroine, Sidney Prescott, after, her character sat out in the sixth movie due to, Nev Campbell, sitting out because of pay disparities, and this time around, Sidney Prescott is living in the town of Pine Grove, Indiana, where she managed to build a life for herself outside of Woodsboro. Her oldest daughter, Tatum, of course, who she named after her friend Tatum, played by Rose McGowan in the original Scream movie, and with her husband Mark and her two other daughters. But knowing the life of Sidney Prescott, happiness never seems to last long for her character, as another ghost face, targets her and her family, and of course, infamous reporter Gail Weathers, returns, and Courtney Cox is the only, original Scream cast member to appear in all seven Scream movies. In terms of what I thought about the seventh movie, I would have to say the beginning starts out pretty good, in which there's a couple named Scott Madison who visit Stu Macher's house, which has kind of become like a museum, of sorts for like tourists. And the first two acts I would say are actually pretty good. It has decent likable characters. However, not to give too much away, I think the third act, part, the movie, towards the end is where it falls apart for me, because to me it had like the worst killer reveal and motive in the, franchise's history, where, I thought they would have taken things in a different direction. And I mean, the thing with the AI, I guess it made sense to follow, considering how AI is, currently taking a hold of in today's, world, not being able to tell what's real or fake anymore. So that was an interesting concept to touch upon it. And the other maybe minor complaint I had with Scream 7 was kind of like what they did to Sidney's character. Like, I don't know if, after taking a break from Scream 6, in a sense, maybe Nev Campbell forgot to play Sidney Prescott, or maybe it's just saying a different layer to her character now that, she's like a mother, and, I guess trying to prove herself different from her mother, Maureen, who many fans know was killed off in the original movie. So I guess maybe that's the reason why. And I kind of felt like Gail Weathers was a little underused, like she's been in the last two, movies. And I felt like they could have given her character a little bit more to do, but that's just my personal take. But maybe other people might have a different take on it. I mean, I will have to say, with every Scream movie that's came out, that you can never really say is a terrible Scream movie, even though, yes, many fans will agree there are other Scream movies that are better than others, but that's up to interpretation. So I would have to say it's not the best, not the worst, but maybe with more viewing it'll get better. But that's just my take on it. But I am curious to hear what other people have to say about it. Alright, everyone, until the next time.